karaoke business that I bought and paid for. So whenever I get a match, I get a little bit mad about that from that point of view, but I let her slide because how do you fight it? Go fight the machine, right? Nah, I don't. I just sing my song.
I clicked live again, so we're back up and running on live.
Hi, everyone. Come back to a rant about the machine.
Good evening. Welcome to
we
the Tommy
live?
Temper Show.
I'm sorry.
You're watching everybody live on the Tommy Temper Show.
I'm a Canadian. I start off sorry and we move from there.
Canadians.
Hey. Glad to see you all again. Coming to you live for the second time today. Welcome.
Hey, swap spots.
No.
You're the boss.
Elbows up.
He's calling out the haters with truth in his lines, talking about the world from the left to the right. Tommy's got the mic, keeping it tight. Tommy Temper, you're a great guy. Battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun. Streaming from
Okay, back again for another action-packed show.
Action-packed.
Action-packed with Dimebag Darren
Gonna
and
do something.
Mechanic Eric and Fry TV.
Fried?
Good to see everyone.
Broad TV.
Fried TV?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, red. I figured out it's a local.
Why?
You know,
Local.
Okay.
yeah, where they're just you milk them for laughs. A local.
I thought that meant
Well, actually,
like
we're
local.
actually broadcasting on Lolcow Celebrities is one of the channels that we're on YouTube.
Oh,
My
why?
channel, Lolcow Celebrities. So
Yeah.
makes
I
sense.
can stick you on my channel too?
Yeah,
How can I do
yeah.
that?
You can do a screenshot and go live on your channel. So whoever wants to go live on their channel. It's too bad Evie Mux doesn't have a switch built in where it goes stream to your YouTube
that's what
thing,
I
whatever.
say what you mean. Okay, I can do that if I want to. I've done that too.
use-
I call it reverse streaming. Heel. You can get if you want to use OBS, but you still want a panel, you can use StreamYard, but don't stream from StreamYard. You can just use it for the panel, and you can do that behind even when you've run out of StreamYard time, but then you throw it all through OBS and ship it all off to YouTube, thus circumventing
do
the
that.
whole system. That's right.
Exactly.
So even when they screw you, you can screw them back.
I
It's
do that.
nice.
I do that on my live stream all the time.
There it does.
You just capture the window and sit here and send it out.
There's many
The only
things you
doubt-
can do with OBS.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only downside of doing that is that you don't get the little chat window for the people that are on the panel. But otherwise, yeah, it works perfect. Oh man.
Let's see if I can turn my switches on again here.
I don't want to do a whole bunch of work.
I want to shot of Fry's place because I want to put him up as an example when people tell me I'm extreme. I've cut back one monitor. I'm only at 3 now. When I was at 4, people were giving me a hard time because I have the tablet and the phone and the 4 screen. But
Well, it's a sickness when you're in
it
the
is.
stuff that I work with because I have to constantly.
Yeah, Fry. It's like getting tattoos, right?
Yeah, it is.
it is.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 working studios, and yes, this is the one that's the most extreme. But even my bedroom studio is a little bit over the top.
Yeah,
Oh,
Fry's
my.
got me beat there. I've only got 2 monitors. But
Look, Eric, quit trying to compete with me. It's not a competition, damn it.
I'm just saying, you got me beat there. I don't have Jesus Christ. Such a pain in the
know.
ass.
I go, yeah, I've got 4 monitors, and someone's going to go, I have 6 monitors. I have 8 monitors. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah, but mine are
I don't care
ultra-wide.
about that. Yeah, it's I use what I need to use to get the job done.
Damn it!
Exactly. That's what I have. I have In fact, I'm okay
Struggling
here. Well,
pride.
maybe I could use one more, but I think my video card is maxed out.
Yeah, I'm pushing this machine pretty hard. It's running at 50% CPU and 20% GPU and 15 gigs of RAM. 15 and a half is being used right now.
I'm barely doing squat with mine. I think what am I sitting at?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
I'm sitting at
Mine needs a reboot here. I forgot about that.
14% CPU with 50% memory, and I've got about 1 million. When I say 1 million tabs open, I'm literally mean 1 million tabs.
Well, I got my coin rig that's streaming on Twitch over here on this screen. I've got Gary, Heartland Trucking USA on Twitch streaming on this one. I've got Tommy's YouTube stream up here. I got the panel that I'm on right here. I got Meld, which is basically OBS or Prism here. Voice meter down here. So my system's being taxed really. It's about as hard as I want to push it because it peaks up to 80% CPU, and you can hear that fan cranking pretty good.
Yep.
I had a beautifully lit box full of RGB with 32 gig of RAM and a Ryzen 7 something or other, and it was all really cool. And then I thought I would try a Mac Mini. So I put a Mac Mini in place, and the only downside I've seen is that it will only run natively 3 screens. I would have to do something more to it if I want to run a 4th one. But it runs all 3. And I've done one day I did everything I could think of simultaneously. I put up, I captured 3 screens in my stream. I captured 4 cameras in my stream. I put myself in my stream, my karaoke software in the stream. I put the karaoke window in the stream. I streamed the stream. I locally recorded the stream, and I was at 49% usage on the CPU. Right now, I'm at 14% usage on my CPU. A Mac Mini definitely does the job. A Mac Mini costs $595. So I'm still pretty much, and it's tiny and cool, and I like it. So I went from Windows to Mac. There's no difference. Once you open your Chrome, you get all your Chrome tabs. Once you open, you load in your Google, you Googleate your Mac, and that's it. It's just like Windows. Nothing changes. So there you go.
Right on. Hey, we've got somebody watching us here.
Is that a nipple piercer? Or what is that?
On
this is my little rig up thing to get my antenna. I'm going to clip it onto the mirror of the truck for temporary.
So you're using a welding grounding clamp? That's a good one. Yeah.
Dude. Because of you guys, I'm blaming you guys. Harbor Freight was closed at 8 o'clock. So
you had to go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's?
No, I went to Tractor Supply, and this is the best. This is the best I could come up with. So I'm like, okay, that'll fit around the mirror.
Nice.
I'm going to have to say that you've almost created a directional antenna with the backplane of the clamp there. So you're going to want to aim that.
Well, you like this because I want it all behind me. But whatever.
Yeah, because you're going to have a little bit of reflective power coming off that clamp.
Okay, Fry.
You got a beam.
Fry, we will make it better. Watch.
Tell him what length it needs to be so we can tune it.
There you go, Fry. Better?
Much better. Yes, yes. Now we don't have high SWRs.
Excellent.
Oh, my God. So there we go.
Somebody put a pin in his coax.
So there you go. Now I can clip it to the mirror.
Geez, sounds like the good old days.
Pop it up there. Now we got a Wi-Fi antenna outside of the truck for testing.
Sweet.
One time we tied a rope to a guy's. I didn't do it, but it wasn't me. I had nothing to do with it. But a friend of mine tied a rope to a guy's tower, and then to his I-beam on his car, and then
and let him pull his tower
down. But fortunately, the rope broke.
That's a testament to putting your tower up right.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, the best way to kill a panel is start talking tech.
Yeah.
Let's talk rotators. I love them.
People want to hear drama because here's why they want to hear drama. because they don't know about this tech stuff we're talking about because they're not interested. They want to hear drama because they know about these other people like Red and Wyckoff. They know the names.
That's the beauty of me. I don't know any of those people.
That's from the
You ain't
American
missing anything.
I know I'm not. I'm here for the tech. I'm here for the tech, and I'm here to fly the flag. I'm here about Alberta independence. Don't give a crap about Canadian federal politics anymore. Making sure that the Albertans and the good other, well, pretty much just the Albertans don't really give a crap about everybody else right now. Not how you feel about Canada anyway, because I could care less. We're going to leave.
We got out of NDP BC at the right time, that's for sure.
Oh, something. Well, you know what? 30 years ago, my office was on the corner. My office was in the Edmonton building there, Jasper and 101 or whatever hell it was. Right above the Alberta Bank was in the corner. And I was working, I brought pagers to Edmonton before cell phones. The very first cell phones and pagers and stuff. I was working with Motorola Canada, and then I started to work with a company called Telelink Paging. And our office faced Jasper, and I put a neon sign in the window because the building we were at, that skyscraper, wouldn't let us hang an outside sign. And the signage that was allowed to be outside, which was all Alberta Treasury Bank, they had all the signage that was allowed.
Nice.
So my signage had to be in the window. So I got a company to make a neon sign with an antenna and a pattern that lit out with boop, boop, boop. If you ever remember, on Jasper at 10, I want to say 101, the first Edmonton building, right above the bank,
that would be right where there's a CIBC building there on the corner.
Well, right now, I don't know who's in the basement there, but it was the Treasury. There's an optician's in there. There's like a plaza. You can go down for the subway right there. But that's the building I was in. And I worked there for 4 years, and we brought pagers. And then the company I was with decided they were going to put their pagers in blister packs in London Drugs instead of doing business the way we had been doing. And I told them, every doctor on the heart team at University Hospital has got one of my pagers. If they have a problem with a pager, I go to them and replace or fix or whatever. What are they going to do? Oh, they can just come into the office. I said, no, they can't. That's the point. They can't. They're not coming in for a pager no matter what. We offer them a level of service. Well, we're not going to do that anymore. That was the end of my employment with them at that time. And at that time, I was living in Edmonton and had a house, and a friend of mine living in BC, my best friend from grade 1, who was in the steel business. He was a CAD-CAM designer. He said, if you show up at the steel place I'm at, I can get you a job Monday. And I said, well, I can pack up the gear and come right home. So I went right home, and I began at that place, and I became a steel fabricator. I'm a journeyman steel fabricator by trade, metal fabricator specifically. Doesn't have to be steel. I have that ticket in my pocket. Now I don't use that either. Now I do something completely different. But in the end, I'll tell you, my mom died. She left me X amount of money. I could either stay in British Columbia and keep paying that to the guy whose house I was renting for $2,450 a month, or I can move to Edmonton, buy a house, have a payment of about $1,750 a month, and just figure out the employment once I got here. And that's what I did. I looked all across Canada at all the places that were inhabitable and what the prices of houses were in that area. The only other thing was all the way back east. I'd already lived in Edmonton for part of my life, so I knew what I was coming to for the most part, although it has fallen a little bit. But I think it's a good place to be. So this is where I am, and this is where I stay. And I will be Albertan till my dying day. I was born in Winnipeg, Manitoba, so I know I'm the Canada guy all the way through. But Winnipeg is the best place in Canada to be from. And British Columbia is the best place in Canada. I'll tell you this, there's no better land, there's no better soil, there's no better scenery, there's no better anything. But it's lost. You can't go back there. There's no working there's no working plan. We have a working plan here. I'm part of this working plan. We're going to work this plan. We're going to make it better. It isn't lost here yet. We're going to save it yet. And that's why I'm here.
To be the 51st, to be
now
the
I know your life
51st
story
state of Wisconsin, or of the United States.
Very good. You know, all I can say is
not likely within my lifetime. Honestly,
I was born right here in Edmonton, right where I am, and you know what people say is that like where you're living is the best place in the world. I know what you say about BC. BC is beautiful as far as territory, but they have their land claim issues and they have their NDP left government issues there, and they have their provincial sales tax and the high cost of living. Real estate is expensive. Look at Vancouver. What, you're gonna buy a house for $1 million there? Like, come on, what are the payments going to be on it? You know,
you could add $1 million to my house here. My sister just bought in Delta. She just bought. Like she just sent me the damn pictures 2 days ago. Now my sister did well, and so that's great. I'm so super happy for my sis. She paid $1 million more than I paid for this house.
Wow.
Yeah,
that surprised me.
Like literally,
and she has to be looking over her shoulder at the next American Indian band that's going to be, asking dibs for the title. You know,
hopefully not in Langley, but I don't know. I mean, is there any place it's not? Yeah, maybe
safe. It's unceded territory.
Yeah,
like it's only a matter of time now that they brought in the undrip crap there. Like who?
Yeah, undrip. That's the problem.
NDPers that said, "Yeah, bring in undrip." Oh yeah, we don't know what the fuck we're doing, but let's bring it in.
Well, I turned the family room downstairs here in the basement, like I said, into my studio by walling off a hunk of it. I left I left the window in the other room. It's got the fireplace. It's 14 by 12. I'm offering it to my friends who are still in BC. You know, the few guys that you know that maybe are unmarried gentlemen who never happened to marry. I'm saying, hey, man, now's your time. You're not anchored to BC. Come get this room for me and join the revolution, you know?
Yeah. What was that machine gun noise? Who was that? I don't know.
That wasn't me.
Fry. That's something fried.
Sure sounded like it.
It's the most technical radio guy set out there.
Ow!
With something frying.
See, at the same time, too, my best friend that I'm making this offer to, one specific guy, he says, well, how much would you rent me the room for? And I'm being serious to him, and we're talking about serious numbers. And whenever he moves in like he becomes a member of the family, so it's a room and board thing. And so I said, well, you know, I gave him the amount that I charge my own son for living here. And he said, oh, man, you got to give me a better deal than that. But then in a different breath, he said, if I moved back to Edmonton, I could get a job driving gravel truck or oil patch something. It was one specific job. He said, I could get that job as soon as I land there, and it would pay me X. And it was like way more than I'm asking for the room. And I'm like, okay, I don't feel bad about asking what I'm asking for the room. When you know you can select, you can get. Now he's a class 1 truck driver, Super B, through the mountains. He's done off-road hauling. He knows his shit. So he's going to get a job working in the oil patch somewhere. He says, I'm too old for the oil patch. I get it. We all feel that way, but he could get employed right away. Even gravel truck.
Room, it's $600 a month. The room and board, well, what, 1,000, 1,200, who knows what.
Well, you know what? I think you're a little tiny bit off if you check today. The room's more like 8, but I would be at I would be at 12 tops for room and board.
Yeah.
He doesn't eat that much. He hasn't got no teeth. Now you know who you are, Larry. I'm calling you out, buddy. Somebody's
Larry,
unit is making some kind of noise, extra noise there. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, who is that? Is that Fry?
Yeah, it's pretty killer when it comes through at like 0 decibels.
No, I've had my stuff muted, so let me. It's Eric.
He's hearing a machine gun noise in there.
Well, I don't know what it is, but he's taking it. You know, he's admitting to it, and then that's fine. Yeah, it just comes through at 0 decibels. It's like full tilt.
Maybe it was Eric because he's.
Yeah, I know. He said it was. He pointed at himself.
Okay. audio trouble. Oh, it's those wireless shades that he's wearing there that are running out of battery or something. Who knows what? The shade mic.
I'm just reading the chat here a little bit. I'm bad. That's one of the things I'm horrible with when I host, reading the chat. I'm too busy yakking. Oh yes, pretty girl. Can we zoom in on the map?
Oh, hang on. What the heck is
we got more storms coming
hurricane.
in.
So something's going weird here. I'm just gonna leave for half a second. I'll be right back. I just want to reboot my screen here. Something's going.
10-4. I'll just hang out with the weather chick.
Well, I'm kind of hanging out with a weather chick, but I'm all tucked in. There's no hanging
Here,
out.
I'll send her some audio. I'll send her a little audio back from her.
So that's going to be our main concern. I'm going to break it down even further, though, and in more detail.
Break it down, baby.
Emergency crews rescued a driver whose vehicle got stuck in rising waters. Firefighters were called to Old Kimbrough Road just after 4:30 this morning near Manor. A driver tried to cross a flooded stretch of
8 miles
roadway.
from me.
Water was too deep. The car stalled. Crews were able to safely get that driver out of the vehicle, and they're reminding everybody never drive through floodwaters.
Unless you're going to drive real fast.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some major wind and floods and lightning last night.
Wow.
Country Road 123 off of Brushy Creek, and we're seeing some road closures in this area. Take a look at what we're looking at this morning right here. Now we're seeing that water move very quickly. That's why we have all these road closures over here. Now remember that 6 inches of water can easily make your car lose control, and 12 inches of water can move a small car in the way. Now remember, when you see those road closures, don't try to drive around those barricades. It's there for a reason. It's there to keep you safe. You don't want to drown in that area. Now, there's going to be several road closures throughout the day as we continue to see more rain. So you can go to addquote.com for a full list of road closures. From this morning, we started at 19. Now we're seeing 24 road closures. So we can expect to see more of that happening on throughout the day. Now, Zach mentioned that we saw about 1 to 3 inches of rain last night and quarter-size hail here in the Round Rock area. So the winds were picking up around 60 to 70 miles per hour, and so we did see a couple of tree branches falling on the ground. So when you're driving this morning, keep that in mind as you're driving, so be safe. You want to avoid those little spots right there. Now, Williamson County, that currently has the most outages in the state, it has about 2,229 customers without power. So you can also check on the power outage map to see if those have been restored. We have seen a couple of crews out there monitoring it. Also, if you do see some stoplights that have blacked out, make sure to stop completely, treat that as a stop sign. Once again, keep an eye out on that. Now, if you do see these areas that are blocked off, make sure to just drive around it. You don't want to get stuck in this area. We're going to keep on giving you updates throughout the day. Make sure to tune in to Good Day Austin and also to Fox 7 Austin as we continue to monitor the storms going on in Central Texas. Back to you guys in the studio.
And flooding is still a risk, especially at the low water crossings. This is a map of the closures in place right now throughout Central Texas. There's quite a bit of concern still near Llano and Marble Falls. But you should also stay aware in Williamson County. Georgetown police say there's damage near Berry Creek.
So yeah, we're getting some crazy weather here.
Doesn't sound good.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm not getting all of the chat popping up here for whatever reason on EV Mux. Like I'm looking over at YouTube, seeing the chat over there, but I don't see it on EV Mux. So something's screwy with EV Mux here. Oh, hang on. Eric is back in there on the back end here. Let me look. Hey, Eric.
Hello. You guys can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Good.
That was you making that weird noise, eh?
Not on purpose. I I had to turn the Bluetooth on my phone, and the glasses were paired to the phone to get this new window fan to work because it's got Wi-Fi, and
it wasn't that bad.
It screwed up my audio, so I had to pop out, pop back in. I'm really kind of just
really, really weird. That's all, like a machine gun effect.
The answer is yes. It was him.
It was me. Well, I owned up to it and I popped out, but I'm disappointed. This stupid app, the stupid app for this fan, the app that they show has a temperature gauge, so you could set the temperature for the window fan, so it would turn on and turn off. I get the stupid fan, and I'm like, there's no temperature, thing on it. But I'm like, okay, well, at least I can control the temperature with the app. No, I can turn it on, I can turn it off, I can change the direction of the thing over the internet. But I can't control the damn temperature. That's the whole feature I wanted. It's like,
what, you want it to come on at a certain temperature?
Yeah, and turn off. So, like, if the house is getting hot, like let's say 70 degrees, I want the fan to bring it down to like 70. I don't want it. See, there's that camera doing the automatic stupid shit. I don't want the fan to run all night, and then have it be like 50 degrees in my house.
Right.
I just want it to come on, bring it down to like 70 degrees and shut off.
Auto fan, yeah.
Yep.
Weird.
But, here they show the app doing it.
Hang on.
And it's,
what country is that made in?
Oh, China. Of course it's China.
It's not a Trump product, is it?
No. But I mean, the stupid thing is that, they sit here and they tell you, it's got a Wi-Fi app or whatever, and they show you a picture on the sales ad of it showing a temperature gauge and all that. All I can do is I can turn the damn thing on and off, and I can turn up the fan speed and the direction of the fan. It's like, why?
Weird.
Why? That's not good.
Know.
So now I got to go shop
for about as good as this EV Mux software here, because I'm not getting all of the chat. I see people chatting over on YouTube, but I don't see them coming up on the EV Mux comments here. And I rebooted. I rebooted the page that I'm watching it on here, and that didn't seem to help. So I'm wondering, how do you fix that?
Yeah, you have a second monitor with a pop-out window for YouTube chat. That's how you fix it.
I have that, but I want to be able to click on some of the comments and bring them up here, and I can't do that because they're not on here.
Gotcha.
So how the hell do you do that? How do you fix it?
I don't know.
You're the latest from the guitar world. Fender thinks anybody who's made a guitar with their body shapes should owe them money or burn their guitars. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, Fender, because this is a Yamaha
Chinese knockoff.
No, not so much. The Yamaha's pretty respected in musical instrument world.
Now.
This is the Yamaha. Like my motorcycle is also a Yamaha. My Yamaha Harley, I call it.
Yamaha Harley.
Interesting.
I had a Yamaha. I had an XS 750 triple, 1975.
You know what? That was a monster of a bike in its day. That triple put it heads and tails above all the other 750s.
It wasn't bad, but the 650, the four-stroke 650, man, the four-cylinder one, that'd eat the 750 for lunch. It was a lot quicker bike.
Unfortunately, you can't get an argument out of me. At the time, I was riding a four-cylinder 650 Suzuki 650L. I was always impressed by the four-cylinder 650, thinking this is exactly what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Little compact and quick.
I'm trying to think what I got a lot of bikes, but I don't have a lot of fast bikes. Trying to think what my favorite bike is that I've ever ridden. I don't know. I like my black line because it's flashy. You know, it's definitely, it draws attention. It's a very nice looking bike. But being that it's a soft tail, it sucks because to take on a passenger of different weights and stuff, there's a lot of adjustment, and it's all done underneath the bike to adjust it. So that's not as nice. I really do like my Dyna Wide Glide. They're really nice. I don't know. I like that Honda had a VTX 1800. That was a fun bike. It was a big V twin. Kind of was a Harley knockoff. Hey Tommy, talk for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
Your lips are synced up with your mouth again.
Oh,
that's
okay.
good.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's weird that it went out of sync and now it's synced up again. But like I said, I can't see any new comments coming on into EV Mux.
I'm having to scroll it. Like I'll look and all of a sudden it's like there's a whole shitload, and then I'll have to scroll down to the bottom.
Yeah, I know. Well, right now I can see comments coming in from Twitch. There's a bunch of comments from Twitch because I see that little Twitch thing in there. But for example, I see John Third Eye over on YouTube, but I don't see any of his comments on EV Mux here. So
yeah,
it's concerning.
Yeah,
it's almost like when I went, because we went down. I stopped streaming and I had to start the stream again. And it was almost like I should have rebooted my computer at that time and then started a brand new EV Mux. So something's weird is going on here. I don't know if it's my computer or if it's EV Mux.
Well, that's the thing that I EV Mux has always been really nice in the fact that they give you 1080. But anytime I've ever kind of played with it, it's always been a little, It's not. You're still the beta tester, man.
Yeah, I think so.
It's not prime time yet.
Well, there's a little button at the bottom on the right side that says support, and that's weird to have that right on the screen.
Yeah. Although I'll sit here and I'll tell you, I don't have the up in the upper right corner where I used to be able to see where you were all streaming to. I don't have that anymore. It's not there anymore.
Oh, I actually changed the setting there. I took it away. Let's see. I'll go back there again. Allow moderator to change any settings in the studio, including camera and microphone. Okay, I can turn that on.
Oh, so you must have given us like a moderator link or something.
So I don't know, but if I turn that on, did it change it all now?
I probably have to come out and come back in.
Maybe. Allow the moderator. Who's the moderator? That's me. Who else is the moderator? To change the settings in the studio.
I mean, I did have a link where when I first came in, it asked me, it was the yes or no thing on the phone. So you might have accidentally made me the moderator.
I don't know. I don't know how the hell you even do that.
Let me pop out and I'll pop back in and bring me back in and I'll tell you if anything changed. Hold on 1 second. Okay.
Disable Stinger preview while not live and studio mode is off. That wouldn't have anything to do with it.
There's my bike out at the Abbotsford Airport. My Yamaha Harley, as I call it. There's the front view.
That out. Oh, right on. Excellent.
So you can see why I say Yamaha Harley. It's got the side lights. My side lights are friggin' blinding. I tell you what. Wow. And there's, again, at the Jet. Got one here, a little close-up of the V-Twin. V-Twin 1600. Not the very biggest, but it's got thumpola because it's a nice big V-Twin. It's huge. And
right on.
We got the Vance & Hines pipes on it. We'll show you the side. There we go. They're nice and loud, do the thing they're supposed to do. And that's
nice.
That's my bike right there currently on Kijiji. Because honestly, there's a lot of friggin' potholes here in Alberta, and I hate hitting them. Last season, I got murdered by a couple of big potholes, and I thought, ow, that's just too much for me. So I'm getting too old to ride this one around, but somebody else who wants to ride it, by all means, it's a nice bike, but it's not for me. Previous bike was a Goldwing, and I think I want a Goldwing again.
Aw.
I
Yeah,
know.
Goldwings are nice bikes. I can't knock them.
I wanted to ride a V2. Like I wanted to have the Harley experience, but I did not want to buy a Harley. So I bought this. And a 1600 V-twin, I figured I'm going to get as close as I'm going to get. And I rode this around, and I got the experience, and I know what it's like. I'm going back to my flat 4 as soon as I can.
I wanted to get the F6B, which was basically
the Valkyrie. It's my
No. The Street Glide version of a Goldwing. It was a Street Glide version of a Goldwing, basically.
See,
so
I
basically,
gave away what I want.
Yeah, the Valkyrie. I heard you.
Yeah.
But basically, it was a Goldwing, just didn't have the tour pack on the back. And that was going to be my first bike. That was the bike I wanted, but the ex-wife, she's like, well, if you're going to get a bike, you better be a Harley. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So I bought the Harley. And
a lot of people feel that way.
And I've regretted that. I mean, I don't hate it, but I've regretted that bike ever since. It is not my favorite bike.
Well, the other bike I really enjoyed that I rode was it was a Honda. It was, ST1100. And then as they went forward, as soon as I saw the ST1100 come out, I wanted to ride it and did. And I loved it. And I like the variants of it all the way up. It's a sport tour bike, big displacement, comfy BMW style seating position. But the guy at I went to the local Honda store in Burnaby when I was living there, when I got I bought my first Suzuki off of a friend. That was the 4-cylinder 650. I brought that to the Honda shop. That was Allied Honda on Kingsway in Burnaby. They were known to be straight shooters. They sponsored the local racer. And I said to Buddy, okay, I've had this one for a while. What about a bike that would be more my, what do you got that you think you could see me in? And he pointed at this one Goldwing, and I picked it up. We traded in my bike, and I loved it. He made me a good deal. And I rode Goldwing there for a while. Then I got rid of that bike, and there was a bit of time without. Then I got another Goldwing. Then there was a bit of time without. And then I thought, well, I'll get this. I'll have the experience, as I said. Now, this one's on the market. And you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I might not buy another motorcycle. I might, for $1,000, buy an electric bike, because what I found with my motorcycles is I'd put the camera on it and I would live stream a ride. We would go to a local park or touristy place, and I'm not that super mobile, so I would not want to go deep into the park and take people in before I'd want to turn around and go back and get on the bike again. But with an electric bike, I could have gone on all the paths and just rode around, some of these bigger parks and whatnot, and had a much more immersive park ride. So I think my future will be with an electric bike, $1,000 to $2,000. The rest goes back into the bank, and we'll take it from there, I think.
Yeah. I'm getting to the point where, I like the motorcycles. They're not costing me anything, so there's no reason for me to get rid of them. But I really am itching to get a convertible again.
There you go.
I miss my convertible. I've got a Jeep. I've got a Jeep with a hardtop that I can take off. I've got the motorcycles, so I can do the wind experience. But I'm getting to the point, I like to go for such long rides that the temperature changes. It's like cold in the morning, then it's beautiful during the day, and then you get all the way up to Door County or something, and it's like, then you got to head home and you're freezing your ass off again. So it's like, son of a beep.
You got to bring a jacket for later on.
Yeah, and I'm
about the e-bike. I own 2 different e-bikes. I own 2 different e-bikes, and you're right. Like for a place like Edmonton, like actually I live close to the river valley here, so from Old Strathcona, like on a day ride, and I've got 2 kids that ride bicycles with me, but I'm on my e-bike. But we can ride from Old Strathcona out to Terwilliger through the parks, way into the west end of Edmonton, and then back on a day trip, or east out to 17th Street, out to the refineries and that, and then ride back. So, and lots of different paths and stuff. You can ride an e-bike, and they're like either paved paths or like even on the ones that are not paved. Or we go downtown sometimes, down to City Hall or whatever, check out, the bad parts of town, that kind of thing. Oh, hang on here.
So this is the stock version of my bike, of the Harley Davidson Blackline. So that's what it would have looked stock. Now, let me pull it up.
It dropped.
I know, I switched pictures. I don't know. There it goes. So this is the modified version of that bike. So she's won a few first place trophies. I got the high end rims on there. Got the nice exhaust. Right at the bottom of the forks, I've got wraparound LEDs that actually give you your directionals. So I don't have any. So it's got that shaved look. I've got the drawed back handlebars. It's basically this bike, for all intents and purposes. When they came out with the new Camaro and the new Mustang, and they did the retro look, this bike represents all of the features of all the Harley Davidsons that everybody liked. So you've got it looks like a rigid frame, but it's a soft tail. So it looks like a rigid frame bike. The jugs, you can see how the top of them are silver, but as it goes down into the motor more, that's black. That's what they used to do with the old knucklehead motors. You got the Dyna Wide Glide style front clip. The tail is basically bobbed as much as it can be. The air cleaner is actually plexiglass. You can actually see the butterfly open, and the timing cover. If you look underneath the exhaust at the very bottom of the motor, that's transparent. You can see the gears spinning. When it's running, you can see the oil splashing, and you can see the actual gears, the gears and the chains moving. So that's my flashy bike.
Where is that? Where's the plexiglass you're talking about? On the side there?
On the very bottom of the motor, just above where it says the F for vote for, just above it.
Underneath the exhaust pipe. That's the timing
cover. Yep.
Right.
That's the timing cover, so you can actually watch the oil get pumped around, and you can actually watch the gears spin and all that. That's my.
So yeah, you'd think that plexiglass would be somewhere where it wouldn't be getting too hot.
It's tempered for it, I guess. So I guess that's what it's designed for. Then I don't know how to switch pictures. I think I have to stop and then share a new one. So I'll just stop it and then I'll share a new one. And then, like I said, so this is what it looked like stock. I mean, it's a big difference between the two bikes. I mean, that's a huge difference, but that's a stock one. I don't know. I think it looks way different. I did a lot of customization.
Because you have the chrome exhaust there.
Yeah, well, and then they've got the turn signals and the wire wheels. Wheels.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Then they don't have the long reach handlebars and different mirrors, and they've got the standard covers, the round air cleaner and the timing cover. So I don't know. I think it's quite a big difference. Then let's see. This is personally my favorite bike. I paid $2,900 for it. But this is the best bike I own. I love this bike. I bought it off of a woman. It's got over 100,000 miles on it. Verified. I've got paperwork of this bike basically being rebuilt several times over the years. So it's basically is a new bike. It's got camouflage paint on it. So it's either purple or green or blue, depending on the way the angle of the light shines on it. It's got the 2-in-1 exhaust, just sounds beautiful. I did put a Fat Boy rear rim on it, so it isn't a spoked wheel anymore. It's now a solid Fat Boy wheel, but I love this bike. It's carbureted. Last year of the carburation, 2001. Last year they had a carbureted bike, but it just rides so nice. I don't know if it's the angle of the forks or, just the Dyna suspension. This is honestly my favorite bike. This black bike in the background, that's my Street Glide. That's my 2016 Street Glide. A tree fell on it, which if I could find the photo, I'd show you guys, but a tree fell on it and it scuffed the paint. And because it was that flat black denim, it needed all new tins. I was like, screw it. I was sick and tired of trying to clean it because trying to clean flat black is just insane. So I ended up buying this tin set, which, I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. So it's the same bike, just a different tin set.
Looks fine.
Yeah.
I'm not very picky.
Yeah. In the shade, in this photo, I like the way this bike looks. But when the sun hits it, there is so much metal flake, I swear Elton John's going to jump out the other side. Because that bike is bright. I mean, it is flashy bright, like way too much. Dimmed down like this in the shade, I love the way the bike looks. But when the sun hits it, oh my God. And I saw it like this in the photos when I bought the paint set. So I was like, yeah. But yeah, that's my little dating profile photo. It gets the girls all excited. They're like, oh, you're holding the helmet for me. And I'm like, yeah, sure, we're holding the helmet for you. They love it. It works for me.
I'm hoping for something like that. I think that's my next. I would order that. If I sold the bike tomorrow, I'd order that up. If I had $1,299 spare, which I do not.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're getting a bike like that,
that's what I need.
Just make sure that it's got front shocks and rear shock.
It does. It's got the central shock, I think, at the back there.
And let's see, what else can I tell you about it? 52 volt, probably at least.
Yeah, this one is.
And you might want to make sure that it might have a 1,500 watt motor if you can, but it
supposedly does.
The price a little bit.
So it meets all those supposedly. Supposedly a 2,000 to 3,000 watt motor.
Peak. 50. Yeah, but remember that's peak. That's not. You want to get at least a 1,500 watt basic motor. They'll all, like, who knows what a 1,000 watt motor might peak out at. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this one says 3,000 peak. You're right, peak.
But they always give you the peak on those motors, but sometimes they hide exactly what it is. But yeah, I've got one that's really, really similar to that. The one that I have, if you go to a website called Aerial Rider.
I know that bike very well. Yeah. You know what? I'm looking for the cheap knockoff version of the Aerial Rider.
Exactly,
that one's
too good. I know mine is closer to like $3,000.
But this one here is also Amazon, so if I happen to hate it, I could always pack it up and send it back too, which I hate to do. But
52 volt, yeah, or 60 volt, something like that.
It's 12 and then 13. What's the difference? The difference between
I don't know. The only thing I can tell you about that is, you want to make sure that you have pedals on whatever you're getting, because you can get the other motocross style bikes that don't have pedals, And those ones, eventually the city will go, you need to have real pedals on it. Otherwise, it's going to be illegal to ride on bike paths and stuff like that,
Then it's not a bicycle. That's your argument. If it's got pedals, it's a bicycle. If it doesn't have got pedals, it's a scooter.
Exactly. But that's nice that it's got the upright handlebars so that your back doesn't hurt, because otherwise if you have the motocross...
See here, the choices, you got the front basket version, the standard version, but I'm only interested in the 52-volt versions. So from them, we have the $1,200 one in gray, the $1,300 one where they add the back seat, and unless I want to set my ass back there, I'm not sure it's worth $100. I ain't never putting another person on it. Or this one here, so it's about 12. It's 12, yeah. In green or gray, it's 12, not 1,300, but 1,400 if you want the seat. So we won't be needing that. We're going to put some kind of a carrier, the guy who steals the Dairyland crate and screws it on there. That'd be me. Yeah. That'd be me.
Yeah, I don't have any carrier on mine. I have you can buy an Amazon bag that goes in that little triangle area there underneath the seat, and just have a little bit of storage in there.
See, the only thing a guy would do eventually is upgrade those shocks. They're showing you that they're not showing you that one rear mono shock. It's there, but God knows. And the other thing I know people do is upgrade that front fork eventually, because that's like the Chinesium of garbagium.
What they'll do is they'll put the shock in one side of the fork only. Right, is what they'll do.
Jesus.
And it'll be shock, but one shock in there. So yeah, you want to upgrade it to one that has double shock. But yeah, the that little spring thing on the back there, you want to buy a air shock and replace that.
So that's another couple $100 you want to throw at it, but you can get riding right away with a piece of junk like this and just beat the hell out of that crap until it needs replacing. It won't last long. But yeah, the question is, that hub motor, is that like a nice 1,000-watt hub motor nominal? Because if it would be, then it would be all right. See, they don't tell you the nominal.
That one that I have is an actual 1,500-watt hub motor, which is a fairly large motor when you look at it. The other thing is that the less expensive bikes will have thinner spokes, and then with thinner spokes, you'll find with a heavy person riding it that the spokes start creaking on you, because they're constantly moving, you know what I mean? But you won't know that until you get the bike and compare it to others,
The thing, too, you can help. I mean, if you have that in mind about your bike to begin with, if you were to pedal away from every start and then put the power on it, you would be able to save, because it's the initial torque that the poor spokes really stress over. If you're already
have
rolling,
a hard time pedaling that bike. That bike is not designed to pedal at all, because the seat is so wide that it'll rub your thigh. So you'll find that you're not going to be pedaling that bike very much at all.
Though, I wonder that it's that initial force required. Like, say, for example, you decide, I'm not going to pedal the bike, but I am going to put the pedal up. And every time I start the bike, I'm going to start with 1/2 of a pedal stroke down. So on the initial start, I'm there, as much as I would be if I intended to pedal. But after that, I am not going to pedal. I really think it's only that impulse at that moment that really has any concern for the loading of the spokes. And that's that's the critical, what do they call it if you're launching a rocket, that maximum stress moment? But
yeah, you're going to find that the initial, you have a throttle on that, either a twist throttle or a thumb throttle, and you'll find that it's not that much torque right off the gun, off the go, but it kind of torques up as it takes off, you know what I mean? So I don't really pedal mine at all. Like once in a blue moon, I'll pedal it, but 99% of the time, I don't even pedal it at all. But,
well, they're looking for a court case here. They're showing me springs in both sides. Oh my gosh. That could be a problem.
That's a good sign, yeah. And you have nice fenders on it.
You know what? The thing, too, these days, folks, is also there's 100 people who have had these delivered to them and taken them out of their box. You just YouTube it, right? And really, that's a lot of you just got to judge how sold out the guy is. That's really all that's about after that, because there's lots of great e-bike channels.
Or the other place to get them is what the heck is that other Chinese like an eBay place where you can buy
Temu.
stuff. No,
Temu.
don't get anything on Temu. No.
Alibaba.
Alibaba. Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Alibaba.
Check that.
I can't speak for Alibaba or Temu. I think that there's a good chance all of that is not so great. But I bought my son, I wanted to buy, when your dad gives you something, my dad gave me a watch. I want to give my son watches, but I didn't want to give him some digital crapola. I thought I'm going to give him an automatic watch, one of these mechanical, you've got to wind it, but it's automatic. If you move your hand, it will automatically wind, like I had from my dad. So I went online, I found a little place, Joma Shop. I thought, well, seems pretty gray market. I wonder if they'll be any good. But they were good. They sent me the watches. I got 2 Seiko automatic watches for them, one each, and hopefully they'll remember me, or maybe they'll just lose my watch. Like I told them they were zombie apocalypse proof.
Amazon is probably your best bet, because you'll have like stars of people that have reviewed stuff, and you can read the reviews and just find out if the product is decent or not.
Amazon, I would go to Amazon too, but I like YouTube, especially if you can get it on a few different channels, and then again, it's just a matter of who tells you the truth. Especially
the one that I have, the Aerial Rider, I would absolutely recommend. The other thing about the Aerial Rider is that a lot of these hubs have got plastic gears in there, whereas the Aerial Rider has all metal gears, and that's another reason why you're paying more for the Aerial Rider. So some people, a year or 2 after riding it, you start to have wear on those plastic gears, and then all of a sudden it's like your planned obsolescence, warranty's off, and now the thing is breaking on you. So that's why that was one of the reasons that I went with the Aerial Rider. I paid more for it and I've got like 2,000 kilometers on mine already, and it's still going strong.
Hey, Darren.
Yes.
Just wanted to let you know, the chat's pointed out, you kind of doxed yourself. You were showing your wife's name and address and stuff on the stream when you were sharing that page. It is.
Yeah, I guess I was. Well, by the postal anyway. That's my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Didn't show the last digit of the postal, so it leaves that much out. Shows you how much I actually care.
That's why I try not to
tell.
share my screen.
But fair enough.
This was one of my favorite bikes, but I couldn't find a picture of this 900. This is the 750 GSX, but it was like an 80 model flat back,
by the way, so forgive me. Thank you, chat, by the way. I appreciate you looking out for me.
But imagine 900 cc's, chain drive, 4 longer. That fucking thing would get it, man.
Oh, yeah.
That was my rocket. That was one of the faster bikes I had. And then I had a Shadow, which was kind of wimpy, but it was way more comfortable shaft drive. A Honda Shadow. It was only a 550, though. But yeah, this thing was a rocket, man. But this is the 750 version, so imagine the 900cc.
See, and that GS was very similar to the GS series that I had. That was a GS 650 4-cylinder motor, but not quite as big, not as fast. Didn't they make an 850 as well?
This was so torquey that I put a stretch mark in the chain, so when I was going down the road, it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, so I should have replaced the chain, but I didn't care.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are.
crazy.
I don't care who you are. That's just funny right there.
Too fast for your own good.
I was to survive my motorcycle days. I'm really lucky, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have a need to go fast eventually in life. It leaves you eventually. Eventually, you kind of enjoy going slow, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, at my age, I don't care to go fast on a motorcycle anymore.
Oh,
I have too much invested in this setup, if you know what I'm saying.
No one will know what to do with all my shit. I'll tell you that.
Nobody will know what to do with all Fry's shit.
Yeah, I got too much shit, dude. I got too many toys. Holy shit.
Yeah,
It's bad, dude.
I know. I know. Just look at what he's showing you, all the monitors, all the
Wow.
computer stuff.
Okay.
He's got
This is
a radio station built into his house.
this here is the second e-bike that I have right here.
Yeah. How much did it cost? I see 4,000, but it was crossed out. So, what's it on
No,
sale
it's
for?
not 4,000. It's 20. It's just Canadian.
Almost 3,000
$27.99.
still.
This one is the GT73 Pro. Okay, and you can buy just a plain GT73, but it's got. Let's see if my mouse is in here. It's got 2 batteries, right? It's got one battery here and one battery here. And I think it's 60 volt is what it is. And it's got a 1,500 watt motor. It's got pedals.
Yep.
But it's got this little bit smaller tires. It's got the, where the other one is a 4-inch tire. This is slightly smaller. It's got a nice seat on it already, the banana seat on there. And actually, this one here is faster than the 4-inch fat tire bike. And my son can ride on the back of this here bike, and I can sit on this part right here. So it's a pretty good bike. I like it. It's nice.
Does it have a dual battery setup?
2 batteries, yeah. It's got
2.
one battery right here and another battery right here. So that's another reason for the little more price on it too.
Does the battery run in parallel, or does it swap between the two?
Parallel. There's a switch on each battery, so you can turn one on or run them both. So it runs them in parallel when they're both on.
So it's like a reserve tank in a way.
Exactly, yeah. I always run both of them at the same time.
It
switch them
adds
both on
amp
at the beginning
hours.
of the ride and just keep going. But yeah, it's a little more expensive than. Oh, and if you look close, this one here doesn't have like a 5-speed setup. It only just has 1 gear on the pedal part of it, you know. But it's efficient. Where you really need to pedal is maybe just when you first start going, or if you're going up a hill. And let's say you're starting to power out going up a hill, so it's kind of geared so that it can really help you get up a whole hill if it's a really, really steep hill.
Yeah, you can see it's a very small chainring.
Exactly, yeah. Whereas the other fat tire bike that I have is like a one sprocket on the front, and then I think 5 or 6 gears on the back, so you can change it a little bit more.
Now, doesn't your Ariel have a big front chainring, like a 60-tooth?
It does. Yeah, it does.
There's one additional thing I've often wondered about that bike, whether it would take this part well or not. But there is a 2-speed front chain wheel called a schlumpf drive, and it goes in place of your front crank. It has only one chain wheel, but there's some inner gearing, and you tap it with your heel. That goes a little pin that goes to the right or to the left, and it changes the gearing of your front chain wheel as you pedal. It's SHLMPF, Schlumpf. It's German, and I know it's expensive, but it's the only other thing that you could do. I think now, this is what I was thinking. How could you keep up to these bikes when they're at speed? And most people can't, right? Once you're driving, you couldn't pedal fast enough to actually add your torque. But with a big chain wheel, you can. And with an even bigger one, because of gearing, maybe you could.
I'll tell you what. If you really, really, really want an e-bike that you want to be pedaling, like to lose weight or to, you know, for exercise, don't buy the fat tire bike and don't buy this bike,
Right,
because these seats are so wide that they're not designed for pedaling. I'll tell you that right now. Like,
No, that's cool. I'm not looking for pedaling, just so you know.
Yeah, try one out and you'll see. So having all the different options for being able to pedal, you're probably not going to use it all that often anyways, you know what I mean? Like I said, I primarily pedal when I'm having trouble going up a super steep hill, especially with my son on the back of it with extra weight on it, whatever. Or if you're in a situation where there's no other situation where I really need to pedal, actually. Just going.
I was going to say, have you found very many situations where this unit has petered out?
just going up a super steep hill. Like there's this, I don't know if you've been in Edmonton and seen that hill right by that brand new bridge downtown on the south side. There's a hill where I tried going up that, and it's almost like a 45-degree incline. You start petering out going up that. Or if your battery is getting super low and you're trying to get up a hill or something. But otherwise, it's got plenty of power to go all over the place.
Well,
now,
it looks great.
Yeah, the bike that you're going to buy, though, remember, it may be... This one here is a 1,500-watt motor, by the way, too, on the back. But if you're buying something that maybe only has a 1,000-watt motor or a 750-watt motor, where they're claiming some, high wattage out of it on the peak
They
end.
wouldn't do that, would they, Tommy? Would they do that to me?
Made in China, yeah.
China, they could do that.
You never know. That's where you're never going to know until you actually get it, buy it, and then you put it side by side with one that you know is a... and really, the way you can tell is by that diameter of that motor. The bigger the diameter, the more wattage the motor, obviously, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I was debating on getting a scooter because I can't seem to... I got no room to put something like that in the truck. But it'd be nice because, I end up at the hotel so often, and sometimes I have the trailer, sometimes I don't. If I don't have the trailer, then I'll drive that dump truck like it's a frickin' car. I don't care. I will park it in parking spots. I mean, for anybody that's curious, this is the dump truck we're talking about. But yeah, I'll park that thing in parking spots next to everybody. I don't care. But when I got the trailer, a lot of times it's a pain in the butt to disconnect and go do the stuff I got to do. So one of those electric scooters would be nice because they fold up, and at least I could go a couple of blocks somewhere and whatnot. But yeah, so
my own experience with a scooter, because I owned a scooter.
The
one I owned was like 1,000-watt motor on the front and a 1,000-watt motor on the back. So it was pretty powerful. And when you had both of those motors engaged and you gunned it, it was almost so much power that it was leaving you behind. But yeah, but a scooter, you are way, 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 way more likely to crash on just because of the small wheels, right?
Yeah.
And you hit a bump, not a bump, but a pothole in the road, and that front wheel will go down, and then you go over the handlebars. Or if you're on some kind of a road that's like any kind of gravel road or sand, especially sand is like really, really bad because that small wheel, you hit a little bit of sand in there, and all of a sudden you're like swerving all over the place, and then you wipe out. My wife tried my scooter because I said, that's it. I don't want to have anything to do with the scooter anymore. So she goes, oh, I'll buy it off you, or I'll have it. I'll get it. So I gave it to her. And then probably about the third time she went riding on it, she wiped out on it. And then that was it. That was the last time she rode it. So
yeah,
that's why I'm into these things now. Fat tire bike is, the 20-inch fat tire bike is a really, really good alternative compared to a scooter.
Yeah, I mean, if they made a foldable one and I had room for it in the truck, that'd be a different case.
Yeah,
but dude,
you can buy
if
foldable.
If you look at my live, the entire footwell of where somebody would sit in the passenger seat is just stacked with tool bags all the way up to the level of the seat. So I mean, I really just don't have room to, even if I could get a foldable bike, to put it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
The scooter, at least with the collapsible handlebars, and it's only yay big,
Yeah. Oh yeah, just to get around, but if you want to be riding all day long, you'll be crashing.
You're talking about one of those stand-on scooters, like a kid wouldn't kick, but we have those have gotten incredible. Like those, you can spend any amount of money and go whatever speed you want. I've literally seen 100-mile-an-hour scooters with some dumbass in a helmet thinking he's doing something intelligent. Yeah, no, whatever amount of money you want to spend, whatever speed you want to go, it's available.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no, I'm just looking for something like, if I wanted to go 2 or 3 miles away from the hotel to go grab something to eat
Yeah,
or
that'd be
go,
perfect.
just something that I don't have to disconnect the trailer. Because I'll tell you, with all the equipment on the damn trailer, it is a pain in the ass to crank that landing gear in low
course.
reduction.
Yeah.
To get it off the back of the truck. I hate doing it.
See, I see something like this and I think, yeah, it's got the double-sided frame. I'm a steel fabricator by trade. I look at it from the point of view of, yeah, that's structurally sound. Double-sided frame, not like a bicycle, more like a scooter,
Do
wider
you think
seat.
it's steel or do you think it's aluminum?
You know what? I'd have to double check, but either way I can handle it.
Yeah.
But I would like a steel frame ideally.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody liked aluminum back when you actually had to pedal, Now that you're not pedaling.
Check out this one here too. That like I would recommend this company. It's called Riding Times. It's Canadian, or you can get them out of Canada. Riding Times. Just do a search for it. And they've got this model here called the GT33, and I was just looking at the motor on it, and this one here actually has a 1300 watt motor. Let's see if we can bring that up here.
Yeah,
Right
it's
here.
crazy that the government's kind of gotten into the loop about these different motor sizes and stuff, and they're now cracking down. A couple of years ago it was the Wild Wild West. You got whatever you got.
That ain't bad.
You could ride it. Nowadays the cops are like, oh, it's got to be under so many watts and it's got to be governed at 35 miles an hour and whatever. And now they got these little dynos, so they'll have you put your tire on the dyno and spin it. And I have to sit here and say, I decline. I refuse to help you with your investigation, officer. If you think it is what it is, then you do what you got to do. But I'm not helping. It is not my job to help you incriminate me.
Right there, 1350 watt motor, which probably has, they're not saying a peak power, but that's what the motor is.
Which model is that one?
GT33, I think.
33.
Yeah, that's what it said. I like that it shows that it's got multiple gears, though. When you were back a couple photos back, there appeared to be right there, multiple gears. So
right there, you
so
can see Shimano.
So even though you're doing pedal assist, you can actually, if you need to go down a gear, you actually have an adjustment.
Yeah, and I think it has a throttle.
Gearing.
And I'll tell you, between the thumb throttle and the twist throttle, you want the twist throttle, not the thumb throttle. Thumb throttle, after a while, your thumb gets sore.
I bookmarked this. You probably got somebody. When it comes to a Canada company and an Amazon company, I'm going to choose a Canada company if it's really a Canada company. So, these
that's
guys,
where they have their store, their warehouse, whatever. It ships to you right away. In other words, you're not waiting for it from China or something like that.
So basically, they've already imported it from China. It's sitting there waiting for you, and then you can get it delivered directly from them.
See now, and then they can actually choose if they stand behind it at all or not. But I wonder if they've chosen to do so.
I don't know. Three. Hold on. Go back a little, Tommy. There was 3 throttle speeds. It was like two swipes back. Oh, are you not controlling
kind of a thing? Oh, hang on.
It's an automatic thing. Yeah, there it is. 15, 22, and 34. I'm
48 volt battery.
I'm pretty sure there's something some type of mod.
48 volt, 27 amp hour. So again, the other thing you want to look at is your amp hour of your battery, right? Because the higher your amp hour, the longer your range is going to be. So if you're buying the Amazon one, well, make sure you check into what's the amp hour, because you might only have an 18 amp hour battery, or a 24 amp hour.
Fry, are we watching Survivor on your screen? Is that what we're seeing here?
But yeah, lots of choices.
I watched this.
Check
The
them out.
local news is coming on, so yeah, this is the end of whatever show that is.
It looks like Survivor or whatever.
I like a
Let's
frame
see.
that's more substantial. This is cool. Is it metal? Is it steel, I mean?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. 4-inch tires.
No, it's aluminum. This is 70/74. No, that's the rim, not the frame. It doesn't say.
Anyways, check it out.
Oh, carbon steel there, right there in front of my face. Woohoo.
There you go.
Now that makes it a lot easier to deal with.
One thing I never appreciated, I've never really liked spoke wheels because of the fact that, you got to run the inner tubes and the tube liners to protect it and all that. But I'll tell you, whenever I took spoke wheels and went to mag wheels on the motorcycles, they ride a lot rougher. Spoke wheels really do add a lot to the
where they
softness
flex a little
of the
bit.
suspension.
Noise, vibration, and what do we call it? NVH?
Yeah,
Harshness.
they take a lot of the harshness out, and I didn't really realize that until I swapped my bikes from spoked wheels to mag wheels, that I was giving up that level of comfort in riding.
But when it comes to an e-bike wheel, you do want to see if they're letting you upgrade them spokes from a regular bike spoke. You want to see a wheel that's got a grade a gauge up.
Yeah.
This
brand, like I said, I've got the one that I showed you there. I actually own that one, and it has pretty heavy duty spokes. I think this one here is the same. And look at it. It says it supports 220 pounds on this unit here.
So that's one of the ones from Riding Times?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
That's where this is.
Yeah,
so,
I like these ones.
You go.
Yeah,
with
you
the
converted
one
me
at the
to this
website,
one
you can
already.
See what it is that you're buying, and
converted.
supports.
Which one?
Oh, look, it supports dual battery. So in case you want to get
That's
another
the one.
battery on it later, you can always add on there. You got room in there for it.
Oh yeah, baby.
Looks like the battery on this one is where is it on the top there? I think maybe.
All right, it's 10 o'clock. I gotta get.
Do you know where your children are?
Yeah, I gotta get some food in me, and I gotta
Where
get
are
off
they?
to bed. So, hey, Tommy, thanks for having me up, and hey, thanks for coming into my live today. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was nice seeing you there. Nice seeing Fry and everybody else that was in there. That was okay.
Yeah, pretty much every single day. We're not going to be on Friday, but pretty much Monday through Friday, most days of the week, from 7:30 on average. The start time changes. It's usually anywhere between 7:30 and 8:30 in the morning, Central Standard Time, and then we just kind of go till we go. I mean, yesterday we were done by noon. Today we were technically done by. If I didn't go back to the hotel to yell at the manager, we would have been done by 2. But then there's been days where I've streamed till 8:30, 9 o'clock. So it's just kind of we'll see how it goes. So yeah, hopefully I see you guys there more often. And it was great being here. I'm glad I could share a little of my info and my tech and my knowledge. And it's always a good time, Tommy. It's always a good time.
Well, it was nice hearing about the latest stuff that you're into, and getting that software or the information on Moblin there was, good information. So I'll have to check that out. See whether or not that might be something for my game in the future. Sounds good.
Yeah, Fry is a diehard Android person, but he's so interested in Moblin, he's gonna get himself an iPhone just so he can play with it. He's been converting.
I was thinking about buying an iPhone, but they're too fucking expensive.
He's going to get a used one.
but
Somebody's
Fry,
going to donate him one.
You're working like a dog, 14, 20, 16, 18 hours a day. You're making so much dough, you can afford one. Come on.
Tommy, I have the money to buy whatever. I just don't like to spend it. I'm a tightwad. I got the money.
Yep.
After you get into the thing, you actually realize why. the phone is that way. But the thing is, you have to enjoy the whole thing. I mean, if you don't have an iPad and an iMac with your iPhone, it's not.
That's right.
You're not going to get what Apple is offering for the price. You'll never get the value. If you immerse, you get the value, and you realize why people pay more for it. It's very well built. It's decently designed in all cases.
Right.
They don't jump into the pool until they have it figured out.
Yeah.
And then it's backed by good backing that it's hard to, like, if you sign up for Apple Care Plus, you can get a hold of somebody about your device anytime, and you get to talk to an actual person. So,
and buy one now before they start manufacturing them in the States, and they really go up in price.
and they'll be really crappy then. Well, no. That's one
They
thing.
beat the Trump phone. They'll be actually manufactured in the States. How about that?
That's what it would have to be. It'd have to be an Apple phone.
See, I'm rocking on my setup here, my headphones on both of my cell phones here.
Yeah.
And
Fry
this
is
is
anti-Apple because it has no headphone jack.
It has no. I gotta have a headphone jack for the radio business, man.
Gotta
I gotta
have
have
a
a
headphone
headphone jack.
Yeah, if you don't
Yeah,
have an
I gotta
headphone
be-
jack, you haven't got a built-in FM tuner.
Yeah, I got FM tuner and fucking headphone jack, and this thing has an action cam built into it. The Motorola does. Only phone ever built with an action cam. Moto 8G Plus right here. I got 4 of these.
What makes it an action cam?
Yeah.
You can hold it like this, like regular. Oops. Let me show you.
It's
You can hold it just
shake-proof.
like this, and it's taking widescreen GoPro style video. And see, the action cam is on the very top. This is a dedicated action cam right there. That
16
big
by
lens.
9, holding it vertical.
Yeah, it's the only camera ever phone with an action cam ever built, and they lost their ass on it because it cost them so much in hardware. So yeah, Moto G8 Plus. I have 4 of these for video and gigs because of the action cam. This is what I use for my video and gigs right here.
So otherwise,
Best
you would have
phone-
to turn it sideways.
Yeah, you'd have to turn it sideways, and then it
Plus.
wouldn't also have the. This also has the laser focus, so it's the quick action focus. This little laser thing down here is
Right on.
one of the. I think it's right here.
Yeah, laser rangefinder.
So yeah, it's a badass phone, and they just, I don't know why it didn't take off, but I guess they were before their time on the whole action cam thing, because this is an 8-year-old
Motorola's
phone.
been before its time in so many cases. Man, while it was still a USA company when I worked there, man, it was a great company to be proud of.
Yeah,
That
I'll prove
changed.
it. It's an action cam right now.
Plus,
So
Fry,
see
if you
how
got
it's
an
recording?
Apple iPhone, you'd have to buy
See
new
how it's
stickers,
recording?
and that would cost more.
Widescreen.
Sure do.
So watch, I'm going to put my finger over that lens, and I'm going to turn it around, and it's blank. See? And when I move my finger off that lens, it's this one right here. That's the action cam. And the other ones are just for shitty video and cameras, you know, but this one's a dedicated video only. This one doesn't take pictures or nothing. It's only for video.
Has it got a bigger imaging sensor than normal?
Yeah, it's an action cam. Look at some of my music videos. They were all mostly filmed with this style, this exact camera. I have 4 of them. I use for B-roll and everything. And this thing works really badass on a gimbal.
No doubt.
It's really smooth. But yeah, see how it's got the video? And if I take it out of action cam mode, this is what the video looks like. Like that. That's out of action cam. Now I'm covering the action cam.
Oh, that's with one of the other
and it
lenses
doesn't stop the video. See, that's the other video lenses.
there. Right on.
So,
And when
so
I click
here's
the action cam button, see, look, I'll show you. It even says action cam on the screen. Watch this.
now, can
See
you
if we can get
stream with
this.
that
When I hit the
camera?
button, it's going to say
Hey,
action
Fry, you
cam.
got me sold. I'm selling my Apple iPhone right now.
No, wait, hold on. Standard video, action cam, huh? Standard video.
Wait, we're coming out with a
Action
new
cam.
thing. Apple Action.
Apple
I'm telling you, if Apple would have done this, everybody would have been like, oh, look at this feature. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The new Apple Action.
The question though is,
Oh my God, no way.
the question, Fry, though, is can you link that to use that as a camera for streaming on the phone?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you had IRL Pro, you can actually use that as a camera source on IRL.
No, it's proprietary to the Motorola. As a matter of fact, if I put a custom ROM on here, the camera won't even show up in the custom ROM.
Yeah.
Because it's a proprietary software, hardware thing that Motorola did.
So there you go. It's a useless camera for live streaming.
No, it's not. No, I could do a screen share if I wanted to. In a live stream, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not live. You can't just put IRL Pro on it, say, hey, I want to take the video. Because it would be cool to be able to have your phone like this.
Yeah.
You know, and get your 16 by 9 instead of having to have your phone like that.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
I'm with you, but
being in your phone mount and stuff.
You'd have to do a screen capture. Yeah, and it would be shitty.
Yeah,
screen
so that you
capture
can actually
would be
read the chat when you're, streaming.
Yeah, that would have been
for
a
doing
lot
music
cooler.
videos and all that kind of shit, IRL, it's amazing for recording.
Yeah, Fry. I get you. I'll just sit here and sit with my poor little DJI Action 4.
Yeah, and you can buy them on eBay for $60 all day long.
Yeah.
It's the best, cheapest action cam that you'll ever buy. I
don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see what the quality of the specs are compared to the Action 4. I've had GoPros, and since I've gotten my hands, even though this isn't the latest and greatest version of the DJI camera, the 5s I heard are just a nightmare. The Action 5s are junk. They've got so many bugs, so many issues. I haven't heard about the Action 6s, but I have been nothing but impressed with this Action 4. And I picked it up for $150 used on the used market. So,
do the Motorola's have a replaceable battery?
Does the battery come out of that phone, Fry?
Oh, I wish. God, no. I got 2 of them for free, and one of them already had the screen in the package. The guy just didn't know how to replace the screen. So I put the screen on one. But no, you have to take them apart. That's the stupidest thing they ever started doing, is gluing the freaking batteries in the phones.
I thought getting rid of the jack was the stupidest thing they ever did.
I would say they're neck and neck. I can live without replacing the battery, but I can't live without a headphone jack.
You're trolling them there.
The iPhone finally went to a USB-C, at least.
Yes.
That is the best thing since sliced bread. I like USB-C on everything.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I'm going to chime in there. Good thing.
The sad thing is that after the iPhone 15, this is the iPhone 15 Pro Max. After this phone, all the Apple phones went to an eSIM design, which is sad. Because I was thinking about upgrading, but I like having that removable SIM. So unless I literally come to Canada or like say, hey, Tommy, here's $1,000, go buy me a phone. The 16, you guys can get it, I believe, with the SIM. We can't. We don't get it with a SIM. But I've heard that the 17, you guys don't get a SIM either. You're eSIM only too. So then you have to go with
moving that way.
Yeah. So then you have to buy a phone from the global version that has SIMs, and it's just like it's just crazy. I don't know why they're forcing the eSIM only option. They still make a phone with a SIM, but they're not giving you the choice. If you're in the United States, you get the non-SIM version.
Sounds like the wave of the future,
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll all be
All right,
that way.
I really got to go. See you guys.
Okay,
Take
sounds
care.
good.
Later.
All right, see you tomorrow. Hopefully,
Later, alligator.
we'll see how the outside
Later,
camera
Gator.
works.
Yeah.
I dropped the link. Anybody want to come by, say hi? You know where I'm at.
Okay, sounds good.
Later.
Bye.
We'll check out your escapade at the motel there. Sounds good.
Okay, bye.
So
See you later.
the specs on that
Mechanic
action cam.
Eric from the Big Convoy.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
So the specs on the Moto G8 Plus action cam is field of view is 117 degrees, ultra wide, dedicated for video only, 16 megapixel sensor. The aperture is an 2.2, and the pixel size is 2.0 quad pixel technology. This means 4 pixels combined into one for better low light video, and that's why it's so badass compared to some of these action cams, because they have shit low light.
Speaking of shit, what's the difference between a proctologist and a bartender? Proctologist only has to deal with one asshole at a time.
I knew it had something to do with an ass.
That's from Jim Nalgren over on YouTube there. Yeah,
Thank you, Jim.
Very nice, Jim. Hey, but anyways, I've been on the air for a long time here today, so
we're running out of stuff.
Yeah, now that Mechanic Eric's off the panel there, and I think I'm gonna close it down. I don't like having a stream where I can't bring the comments up here because it's kind of broken. All I'm getting is comments coming up from Twitch, and
yeah, I'm tapping out too, Tommy.
I learned some things about electric bikes from a guy who has a few. That's my favorite kind of input from somebody like that, and that's Tommy. He's got a couple of them.
At least gave you a few tips of what to look for, and you know,
I'm
even try one out if you have a chance. If you know somebody that has one, then you can say, "Hey, let me try it out. Let me see if I like it," and decide whether or not you even want that. Because, like I said, if you want to be pedaling a lot, then you don't want the fat tire bike like that. You might
I do. I want the fat tire, and I want the
with a regular seat or whatever. You know
I want the smooth. I want to get the Conti tires, the road tires. I don't want the off-road tires. The little bit of trail riding that I'm going to do, I don't need any knobbies. I'm not going to be looking for any. I'm going to do more road than I am probably path.
Yeah, this the street. Street tire type thing. Yeah, they'll last you. I don't know, probably about 2 seasons.
Fair enough.
That's a lot of riding.
All right, Darren, Tommy, I'm tapping out.
See you Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, have a
Sounds
good one.
Good.
Broadcast
Later.
solid. 5x5, brother.
See you later.
.com.
Fry.
Later.
Nice talking to you. Catch you later, Fry.
He's a good man, that Fry.
On the flip-flop, as they say.
Floppity flip.
Okay, anyways, Darren, thanks a lot for joining us today.
Has been a pleasure.
Good to see you. Drop a link in the channel there on your way out so people can find you.
Probably. People probably
watching.
did.
There's only 10 people watching on YouTube right now. 12 people. Somehow when we
Dimebag Darren Coins. That's all you got to do. If you're motivated to find me, Dimebag Darren Coins. Otherwise, don't do it. I don't care.
Dimebag Darren Coins. Do you sell coins, by the way?
Well, yeah, sure.
Do you know, do you ever go down to that flea market over on 120th Street and 107th Avenue on a Saturday or Sunday?
I haven't been, honestly. I know what of you speak, but my what I was into was more finding the commemorative toonies and loonies that the Mint puts out every year. We're putting brand new ones out regularly. Even recently, there are some brand new coins that have hit our market. And what I try to do is just for fun, find them in circulation before they get all marred up to provide to anybody who might want them. Now, I don't even market that very hard because I'm not very diligent. But what I've basically got is great examples out of circulation of recently released Canadian coins for people who want to get them to fill their books. So I'm basically servicing non-Canadians with little mailets. And for example, toonies have come out in these sets, this painted and non-painted versions of the coin.
Right, yeah, I've seen them.
So for 20 American dollars, I will send you your choice of 6 toonies. So you could choose 6 sets. You can choose any individuals you're missing for your book, but in the end, it's 12 coins. 6 coins, $12 face. I put them in a birthday card, seal them up and send them. So that's $5. and I collect 20 American for that. So I make a little tiny bit, plus there's an exchange, and that's the whole profit in it. You make the exchange, whatever it happens to be, a couple of extra bucks over the fact that you've just spent $12 face plus, 99 cents for a card plus postage, which is $4 and change down to the States. And that's it. And most of the people I know are people in the States who have gotten that from me. But I send out some nice, like, for example, 2017, our $2 coin, the commemorative, glows in the dark. That was the one with the Aurora Borealis on it. It was the very world's first circulating glow-in-the-dark coin. If you want one that is somebody's uncirculated roll, it's going to cost a fair bit. You can find on eBay what that means. But if a person was like, well, I guess I'll just do this. This is sort of, sorry, forgive me. Might as well go whole hog, right?
Yeah.
I would take this, which is a sealed book, as you can see, which costs $15. It's got about 60 toonies in it, and it's just the commemorative toonies. There's the other books I could fill for you. But This would end up with 60 toonies in it, including all of the commemoratives, including this one depicted here, the glow-in-the-dark. And I would sell that to you for an amount that we would negotiate, but you would find that, like, if you look for this one on eBay, people are charging an arm and a leg. When a person buys this book from me, that costs them the $2 it cost me to put it in the book, plus a small finder's fee that I charge uniformly across all the coins. No one pays anything more for any quote-unquote special coin that I put in your book. But I'll fill this book for you. Plus, you'll probably get a bonus. Now, that costs a little bit, but that's worthwhile. Or if you really want to spend money, I'll fill this book for you. This book includes all of the commemoratives, plus we start off with just the normal ones. But when we get to the commemoratives page, it's stuff like this, where it's right at the top there's the glow in the dark, and it's non-painted. Then on this, we've got the big poppy. Then we've got the spirit bear there, the victory one with the big blue V, and there's all kinds. We've been putting them out for years. Here's some of the most recent ones. These are all down here. We're commemorating some of the...
Hang on, I got a message coming in here for you. Listen to this.
For me.
Hey, Tommy, if you can hear this while you're live stream, tell that guy I want to buy one.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a customer already.
Yeah, that's
so. For your customer that's listening to you right now, tell her how they can get a hold of you.
Drop me an email at dimebagcoins@gmail.com. Dimebag Darren Coins. Sorry. Oh boy. Let me double check my own email address. Dimebag Darren Coins, because I don't think I've given it out very recently.
Is that email address on your YouTube channel?
It is. Dimebag Darren Lowe. That's LOWE. Dimebag Darren Lowe @gmail.com. And that is also when you go to the YouTube page reveal it, what you're going to find. And if you're not that serious, go ahead and touch base with me. I will tell you what the price is, and after you see it, then you can. Here's one that's fun to start with. With my green screen on, I can't show it to you. This is the quarter book, and it's cool because there's lots of really neat commemorative quarters, and they're quarters. The whole book, full of quarters, is only like $60 worth of quarters, I think, total. So with all the different cool Canadian commemorative coins, especially the ones that have been painted, that's a good example right there. Big Poppy, Canadian flag. There's a number of different really cool collectibles in the Canadian 25-cent world.
Pretty cool.
We got the one that honors the female hockey team, the male hockey team, Cindy Klassen. There's a few. Anyway, Didn't want to turn this into a commercial, but what the hell, huh?
Yeah.
Might as well just give her
before
hell.
you go,
Thank you,
pump
sir.
your YouTube channel into the chat, and people can get your email address and look at your channel.
All right, I guess I will.
There. That way they don't make a mistake on sending you an email. And then they could probably find out more by watching some of your videos too, right? You probably have some videos where you're talking about coins.
Every now and then I do. Yes.
Good.
Well, you know how it is.
Okay, we'll do that.
time
Otherwise,
I'm doing it.
Otherwise, I'll say 7-3. Take care. Stay out of trouble.
73.
And thanks a lot for coming on here. Nice
You're
talking
giving me
to you.
flashbacks, man.
I enjoyed having you on the panel here because you're an astute character and you're into Alberta independence, which I was actually having fun talking to you about Alberta independence before we were so rudely interrupted by the tech talk there. But, you know, what can I say?
I think this is the most interesting page. These ones are the ones that just came out. Down there is here where my pinky is. That last one over across from my pinky is the one from Diane Ojic. She was over here. This one is Indigenous artist. Then we have the recent Armistice with the Big Poppy and all of these. They're great Canadian coins. And as I say, to fill up a book like this, you'll never... I'll tell you what I enjoy. I enjoy going to the bank, grabbing a $1,000 box, which is what the size that they come in, and I go through those. And I have another book over there that has these stored in them, the best I've been able to find. And that's what I want to share with you. So reach out and let me help you give somebody a really neat little gift.
Sounds good. Thanks a lot. Dimebag Darren for the win. Hey,
Canadian
nice talking to you.
coins.
See you later. Take care. And that's how we end the set today. Hey, check out his channel, and we'll catch you later. Thanks a lot, Dimebag. Bye-bye. Okay, that's it for the Tommy Tepper Show here today. That's for the number 2, the second stream here today. It's been a wild, long day here. Wednesday, middle of the week. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be live after 3 o'clock my time because it's going to be such a nice day that we're going to go out for an e-bike ride. So you never know. We might go live on the e-bike. There's always that possibility. So we'll see what happens. But otherwise, thanks a lot for being with us, and we will see you again very soon. Very, very soon. Woohoo! Later, Gator.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Alberta's pride. Hey, ho! Hey, ha, 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 sister. Hey, 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 whoa. Out in Alberta where the Rockies rise, Tommy Tepper streaming with fire in his eyes from a lake house glowing in the moonlight's gleam. He's the YouTube king of the widest streams. Oh, Tommy Tepper, you're
I was just kidding.
He's calling out the haters with truth in his lines, talking about the world from the left to the right. Tommy's got the mic, keeping it tight. Oh, Tommy Tepper, you're a great guy. Battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun. Streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. Lake house vibes where the mountains meet the stream. He's dodging all the trolls like a champion dream. From Alberta's heart, he's lighting up the night. Tommy Tepper's truth is his guiding light. With a wink and a grin, he's taking on the fight, spilling all the tea in the YouTube life. From the hot tub to the Rockies, he's living it free. Tommy Tepper's the streamer we all wanna see. Oh!